Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Greetings to you all. My name is Sakoz Farouk here at Makere University. We are proudly sponsored by Sozo Property Consultant, Ena Farm, then Tax Connect group of company. All right. So I'm grateful to meet one of my mentor. I'm going to be discussing with him some of the challenges facing the media industry. He's here. Greeting.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you, Farouk?
I'm okay.
I'm humbled.
Nice meeting you, my brother.
Thank you.
Hey, man, first introduce yourself.
I'm David Sendaula.
All right.
A media and communications professional.
Yeah.
And I'm so humbled to be one of the few individuals that will be invited to talk about issues related to the broadcasting industry and the challenges underlying.
Kagamba bantu bange David yono yomu ku bantu abankwatako okubeera nga nkola ebintu bino. So it is my pleasure to host him right now. Start with who is David? Who is David?
I think David is someone who studied journalism and communication from, mass communication from Uganda Christian University.
Yeah. And
I'm a graduate class of 2008.
Yeah.
And then also pursuing a master's at MOOC.
Makere University.
Yeah, same journalism and communication. So I think, and then I've worked in the industry for 10 years, and then I left. So I believe.
Why did you quit?
Well, I really, I can't really go so much into the details of why someone quits. There are so many factors that underpin someone's living of a specific profession.
So, David, you're one of my mentors. I remember when I came to Vision Group, and you're one of the first person who directed me, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I'm very glad that you helped me. And how is Bush?
My boss
is
a good man. I believe he healed now. He had an accident.
He had some issues.
Yeah, so he healed, and I believe I saw him on Twitter being happy about his healing, and I'm so happy that he's back on his foot. Okay,
so you said you've worked in the media industry for over 10 years. Where exactly?
No, me, I worked as a very young camera person. I worked at WBS Television in the productions department.
You're the people behind WBS.
We used to shoot side mirror. That's very entertaining.
Oh my God, with our Amooti, the one with Amooti?
Yes,
Kapere and then Pade.
And Pade, the late.
Used to shoot side mirror. How was it at WBS? And before we go to what led to the downfall of WBS, how was it?
I think WBS was a great environment. It was full of learning curves, and I must say I'm so proud that I went through WBS as a young person in the media industry. I'm happy that I received such training from WBS then. Yeah.
Okay. What led to? Did you guys quit and then?
Well, by the time WBS was closed, I think I'd already left. So I cannot really answer reasons as to why WBS closed. No.
Because WBS used to be a giant TV station in the country.
I think there are media dynamics. The media in Uganda, I believe that WBS had a monopoly of a sort those days.
Yeah.
So it didn't have so many competitors. So by then, so that means that WBS enjoyed a specific period, a paradigm of monopoly. So they enjoyed that period, and when other media houses came through, I think it was also challenging because when a new media house comes into the game, they cut on specifically your audiences, your advertisers. They tap into your specific little. So when you add, there's so many little audiences that go away from you to a new player. It is a big effect. It may not be easily visible, but then it is a big effect in a long run. You realize that advertisers are running away. Yeah, because there are new players who are cheaper.
What was so unique about WBS? Because by then it was so big everywhere.
I think,
WBS.
I still think
you hear
that
songs about WBS.
I still think that it is the monopoly that it was enjoying.
There was no competitors, serious competitors.
It was competing with UBC,
Oh,
a government-aided
TV station.
a public institution. So I strongly believe that their programming was unique compared to UBC or UTV. I don't know. Or, yeah, UBC or UTV.
Okay.
Yes, so I strongly believe that that's the reason as to why WBS enjoyed.
Some people have a belief that when Bukede came on scene, then impacted.
Well, you cannot conclusively judge using Bukede because there are so many players that came in. Bukede can be a contributor.
To the downfall?
Not to the downfall. I'm talking about, we are talking about audience fragmentation.
Oh, yeah.
Because when the audience, when new players come in, audiences, they
change.
Yeah, go by what is new. It's a trend in Uganda. When something new comes in, audiences tend to move to something new so that they are looking for something specific from that side. So eventually you realize that a specific audience that you've been holding has moved away from you, and so do the advertisers.
Okay.
Yes.
We are not talking about WBS. We are going to discuss the general industry, the media industry.
Broadcasting.
Could you please give us a brief background about the media industry so that people can know what we are talking about? I
may not say the media industry in wide because we were introduced to this kind of news gathering and this kind of the media by our colonialists then, and I believe broadcasting started way back in the 1930s, even in the US. And for us in Africa, the colonialists wanted to push health issues and public health issues and agricultural issues, and they realized that print media wouldn't do as much as broadcasting media. So the Plymouth Committee was instituted to do research about whether the colonial masters in their territories really needed broadcasting, and the findings were positive. And so the media was introduced to Africa, or to the colonial places where the colonials were doing these activities. Okay. So that's how we started off, by creating a public UTV, public radio, and public television. Okay. As
so you've worked for you've worked for different media houses in the country.
I can say only two.
Only two.
Yeah, because I don't want to be a prostitute. We are going here.
Okay, we shall come to that. But you've worked for WBS, you've worked for Vision Group, isn't it?
Yes.
Urban TV, Bukede TV.
Yes. Yes.
So, what do you think, what are the challenges facing the media industries before we go to the media owners? Because media owners are different from media houses, isn't it?
Yeah, media owners are businessmen.
Yeah.
These guys put up their businesses and their managers are supposed to present profits.
Yeah.
And then the media has its own role of informing, entertainment, and basically
and
educating the
society. Yeah.
That's the difference for me as a student of communication and media. I believe that's the difference, that a media owner is a businessman who puts up a business to make profits. Yeah. And it is understandable because they will employ professionals, because institutions are putting students or graduates on the market, so they need jobs. So when an entrepreneur puts up a TV channel, a radio station, it's a place for individuals to go and work and earn something.
Yes.
So that's the difference
between
the practice. The practice is underpinned by the media practitioners.
Yes.
Whereas there are pressures coming from the media owners, because the media owners will always impose pressure on the managers in the media house, because for them their interest is money. Yes. Advertisers, politicians, they will influence how much money they have to earn.
Yes.
And eventually, it may compromise the content and the quality of the media that we have. Actually, no one can explain far more eloquently than the media law professor, Frederick Juko, in his book, The Fourth Estate. He talks about he talks about the dysfunctionality of the media in Uganda. And he says that media managers employ less qualified people because they are easy to
media
twist.
managers here in Uganda or outside Uganda?
Well, it is, I strongly believe it's worldwide, but he was specifically talking about Uganda, because his research was based in Uganda. So he talks about the dysfunctionality of the media in Uganda as they media managers employ less qualified people, individuals who are easy to twist, individuals that are dispensable.
Is it?
And these people yet these people want to earn, which they are desperate to earn. So it is understandable. His argument is understandable. But however, that explains the quality of the media.
What do you see? Do you have fake people or less qualified people?
Okay, what I can say is that...
Let's be straight. Let's help the masses out there who are watching.
I cannot conclusively say that we have less qualified people.
What do we have?
But we have individuals that do not think that they need to research and understand what the tools that are supposed to help them dispense the most right, in the most rightful way.
Yeah.
That could be the problem, because media training schools do educate students about the foundations of the media, and you learn of the ethos and the antitheses of the media. So for you in your practice, you are supposed to come off as an individual who is informed about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not so many of these practitioners go down to dig deep into what underpins their content. So at the end of the day, you find that they defy the ethos of the media practice. So it affects the quality of the media that we have in Uganda.
So one challenge, what I'm getting from you, that media owners or media houses, they employ less qualified people. One of the challenges facing the media houses. What else the media industry is facing? Because right now there are so many stuffs going on.
The other issue is that is about, I think, payment and remuneration for these media practitioners. As I told you about being easy to being cheap. Yeah. They are desperate to earn. So you'll find a freelance journalist or presenter earning per show. Earning per show, how much? You've been in the industry. I cannot conclusively. No, David, you know these things because we have had stories where somebody is complaining, I was given 50K. Yet some are earning 10K, yes, 30. So, well, I think that is reliant on how much the media house also earns. Because from its advertisers and individuals that do bring in money, because someone may not pay you 50K if they are earning $1 billion. Sometimes. No. Some media houses are greedy. Some media houses are greedy. Me, I know the industry. I understand. Some media houses are greedy. So if they don't want to pay. If a reporter earns 5K per story, definitely, maybe that may impact on the quality of the content they will search for. Yes. Because if they are supposed to move from one place to another and they are going to use 5K for transport, and then they are going to come back and earn the same 5K. It means that what they are struggling for in life is kind of compromised. So that exactly determines the quality of the story they will make. That I really think. Before we go far, if a reporter or a journalist, is he supposed to provide a service or is supposed to look after money, like to focus on money? Okay, the thing is, what are they supposed to be doing? No, I think professionalism is about doing the most right job to the best of your ability. Yeah. But then it's professionalism is also driven by other factors,
like
money. You need money to work, to make an operation. Because in any way, if I come for an interview and I ask for 8M or 10, you may say, this guy is too expensive and you can't work with him.
Yeah.
But yet, maybe he could be the best manager to help you organize your department of production. But then you let him go because he's damn expensive. That's a fact.
So, David.
So, money and professionalism move along.
So, media houses, do they have capacity to pay professional people? Or they don't employ you guys? Or you're outdated to work for them?
They have capacity to employ professionals.
But
they are compromised by media owners. That's what I think, because you may not pay 10M to a productions manager because the company owner doesn't really think that this person is worth
8M
that amount. so you lose a professional.
But your CV shows
let me tell
that you can do that job.
You lose a professional just because they have asked for more money than the usual people that you use to work.
Yeah.
So that means that you are prone to employ a less qualified person, and then you'll be dealing with matters of misinformation, sedition,
fake news,
and sedition and libel cases in court, and then you'll be running to lawyers, and you pay lawyers highly than the media professionals.
That's what they are facing.
That had asked for 10M or
That's what
5M.
they are facing. Most media houses.
So at the end of the day, you'll pay the lawyers that money that you refuse to pay to a professional who would have helped you, not to go into libel cases and seditious issues. So at the end of the day, those are some of the key issues that affect our operation here in Uganda.
Okay, let's talk about talent meets the profession. You find somebody who is talented, maybe he's a comedian, but he never gone to a journalism school.
He didn't go to journalism school.
Yeah, he has never gone to school, but he has talent.
Makes it on
and
TV.
we have seen so many guys on TV and radios. They are talented, but they are never gone to any class. You get?
Yeah.
What is the difference there then?
Well, there is a plethora of reasons as to why we employ these individuals as talents, because they have a big fan base.
They have a fan base?
Yes, they have a big fan base, big following. That's a fan base. So you realize that they could be relevant to pull this audience to your channel. So at the end of the day, you employ them. And that is one of the challenges. But when you employ these individuals, you need to apply something called MIL, Media and Information Literacy.
Yeah.
For these guys, you need to involve them in training of media and information literacy.
I have a friend of mine who is a comedian. He's Sebang. And Sebang is always saying, I didn't study what is affecting me because I never gone to school. But he's working on the radio. He's working on the TV. Yeah. So let's talk about such people.
Well, these are talents. But
he's talented. He's extremely talented.
These are talents, and we are supposed to give them media and information literacy.
Yeah.
Because these individuals are naive of how much the power of the media can be.
Yeah.
The media is one of the most emotional institutions the world has ever had, because it makes you, Farouk, and it breaks you. You realize that there are so many people who have been so popular, and then the media kills them, yet the media made them. So these talents are supposed to be taken through understanding how big the effect of the information that they put out can be to the audiences. You know, one of our musicians, Apas, came through and tweeted and said that the media has made fake celebrities or stupid celebrities, something of a sort. And we cannot leave that statement to just go as people who work in the media.
People who can analyze issues.
Yes, who can analyze issues in the media. And he has a point.
Does he?
Because, yes, he has a point.
Because other people claiming that these people doesn't have music. That's why he's
No. That's not the point.
They call it crap.
This guy has a point. Because on the advent of of Bukede TV,
Yeah.
we got a semblance of programming that involves comedians, DJs, Dagalalia Jaja Herbal Medicine, among others, dancing presenters. You get dancing people on TV. And these are the idols that our kids look up to. So when APAS comes out and say, hey, the media is promoting fake celebrities. So he has a point in per se, because sometimes these talents go overboard and then they speak of issues that are really not guided by the media principles. You can also attribute that to the bandwagon that we are jumping onto the global north innovations, because the media is a Western innovation. So us in Africa we are also followers. We are trying to imitate the best of this innovation. So at the end of the day, we realize that we shall face these grim trials and we shall be having these challenges until we help these people to understand what exactly they have to do. Talented people always have a vision.
They have a vision?
They have a vision, but sometimes their mission supersedes their vision.
Okay.
Ego eats them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get so big and they feel like they are too big of celebrities, and then it eats into their mission. It eats into their vision, and then they become condescending. They are unruly. So any manager needs to educate these individuals about the power of pride and ego. Because you find that a presenter is fighting a personal war with a celebrity or an artist. So it's the personal war, and he's using a platform called the media
to fight,
the media channel to fight a war. So is this person aware of the antitheses or the ethos that govern the operation of his practice?
Now, who is supposed to guide? Who is supposed to
I strongly
believe
that the media managers, the productions managers, the programming managers, the producers, and in any case when a presenter goes overboard, they're supposed to be put aside, taught about what they are supposed to do, and then eventually they could in any way change.
I think we blame the schools, maybe the schools where we come from, that maybe we didn't get enough information.
No, I do not think that a school can give you the practice. The school is a teaching institution, is a learning institution where they teach you about the founding principles of your practice.
Yeah.
You can never blame a school for having not taught you about the practice. Why are there internships then? You came to Urban to have internship, and I taught you about camera work, about the principles that govern production, and then you learned, and now you're doing something. So by the time you leave Makerere University or you leave your training institute, we believe that you are grounded with the journalistic antitheses or ethos that govern your practice. One professor remarked on the propensity of any school producing a president, and he says that there is no bad school that is so bad not to produce a president. Meaning that it is your role to pick the tools by yourself. Look for the tools by yourself.
Become what you want to be.
Learn what you want to learn, what you want to be in the future, and then apply these tools so that you are identified by society as someone who is exceptional. So you can never blame a school that taught you. For me, I strongly believe that even our leadership as a nation has a bearing. There is a bearing to our day-to-day running of institutions, not only the media. It's a cross platform. It's a cross. Every sector has issues of a kind. I think it spans from the main leadership of the nation. Because if Kenya can pay much better a journalist,
are they paid well?
You make your research. I don't want to spill any beans. Make your research. You realize that you may wish to work in a Kenyan media
Industry.
house than,
Really?
than a Ugandan media house. I'm telling you,
They are paid.
try to make research and find out about Kenyan media institutions. But then also, you realize that the Kenyan leadership, the constitution, the leadership of the nation also is better. So it's a cross-platform thing.
So
But
things
it will
are-
come, because media houses are owned by politicians, by businessmen who are in government. So at the end
Really?
of the day,
Most media
let
houses.
me tell you, most media houses are owned by politicians. That's an absolute fact. What don't you see?
Yeah, I know.
What don't you know?
I know.
These are politicians, these are government officials who own media houses.
And they are making money.
And they are making money, and they may not care about how you earn, how much you earn. It's about their profits. So it's if a government official is not supposed, if our constitution says, just imagine if our constitution said that if you are a minister or a politician, you shouldn't venture into schools.
Yes.
You should not venture into businesses because you'll be compromised. You'll wish to push a contract
Yes.
into your company.
Yes.
Yet you are the minister. So at the end of the day, there is compromise. There is compromise.
True.
A credo of we are faced by challenges, and and at the end of the day, you are to somehow we
So
are to
it's
blame
not
nationwide.
only the media
No, you cannot
industry
blame the
suffering
media house.
with this.
You cannot blame the media house. These inconsistencies are everywhere in government parastatals.
Okay.
Yeah, because you live in Uganda. We do not live in.
I know.
We do not live in a prosaic world where everything is.
Kenyan
is
journalists are paid more than the Ugandan
Make your
journalists.
research.
Why?
These are simple things. Look out. You go online and check and make your research.
And you cannot tell somebody from Kenya to come and work from Uganda.
You ask them. You find out.
Can they?
You find out.
They
Because
can.
whichever journalist you find getting an opportunity in Kenya,
yeah.
they will leave.
They will leave.
That's a fact.
That is
and
true.
then we lose institutional memory because these people who have been in the media houses for so long, we call them the custodians of research. They are the source of the docket of content.
Yeah.
So when someone leaves Uganda and goes for greener pastures, it is a signal that we have issues to sort out. That's a fact. That's a fact. But then I encourage media managers to help and teach media and information literacy, because it's one thing that can help. The information superhighways send a lot of information, and you also see that TVs and radios are pushing for apps to be reached on our phones. The future of television is on our phones, because we are going to be accessing television in our hands.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if the information superhighways sending information to you and you cannot see it, you will go off with fake news, misinformation, malinformation, among other things. And yet our kids are a target for pedophiles, clickbait advertising, where you are a target. When a kid can't analyze really. My son one time asked me about whether he would enter a fridge and then he comes out alive. Because he sees it on television.
Somebody entering a fridge.
Yeah, he sees Nickelodeon and someone is entering a fridge and then he comes out and they are like stars. So he was inquiring, but do you think that I can enter the fridge? And I told him, you need to be careful. Because what you see on television, most of it is
Some
fiction.
are fake, yeah.
So you need to help the kids.
Okay.
Even actually, media and information literacy should also be placed in schools as young as they are,
David,
so that they receive
David,
information.
let's go to the issue of UCC.
Coming through to regulate.
Yeah, UCC came out to reschedule some of the entertainment shows. What is your take on this?
I think, I believe that UCC is doing the most right thing.
Really?
Yeah, because we have the broadcasting policy in Uganda. And it has content that govern, that help commercial broadcasters to understand how they are supposed to operate. I would be one of the individuals lashing out on UCC, but trust me,
doing the right thing?
I can come out to support. You remember I told you that these talents, their mission may supersede their vision,
yes,
and they become condescending, unruly, and then they are prone to making mistakes.
Yes, yes.
And then they create libel, misinformation, and then at the end of the day, the sponsors who are interested in this content, they run away because you are in court grappling with cases of defamation and sedition, and eventually you realize that the regulator will come through to try and regulate you.
So UCC is playing the right.
Yes, they are doing the right job.
And
because
some media houses are saying this is politics.
I do not in any way think
UCC doesn't have moral authority.
You've been watching political programs, where after a panelist is done with a TV show, they are arrested from outside. Yeah, I know. Why? Because oftentimes they are talking about facts about government. Yeah. So when government sees that this person is saying really information that is prejudicial, maybe to national security, they'll come through and arrest you, so that they try to squeeze you, so that they neutralize you. Yeah, true. What would be the neutralizing of this program, this evening entertainment shows? But it's because these presenters have become so condescending that they are going overboard. Really? Doing personal fights on the platform. Ah, really? If a presenter brings Ragadi, a legend, and then he tells Ragadi that you are nothing, how come? Maybe musically. No. Musical. No, let me ask you. Doesn't have sound music. Can you invite me on your TV show and I'm nothing? No. So you need to understand that these presenters need to understand that they should not, their ambitions should not supersede the vision of the media industry or the institution that they are working for. Because your schedule is changed. Now you're placed to a late night show. Yet you've been having a semblance of nice programming and a nice show, but then you are killing it as an individual because you need to learn more about what you're supposed to do. That's why I call upon the producers and media managers to put these guys on spot. Otherwise, if the productions manager was doing their job, I do not think UCC would be coming through to regulate them. The media, the broadcasting regulation policy underpins how commercial broadcasters should operate. Yeah. But you will see that media houses are buying foreign content and translate these series, movies, into Uganda. Yet there is a channel on DSTV in Uganda, channel I think 161, Pearl Magic. Yeah, I know Pearl. It has a semblance of very nice programming, Ugandan content. How come our traditional media houses do not buy this content? The drama series. Why? This is Ugandan content, but they are creating a construct of drama series from the West. And at the end of the day, you blame the UCC for coming through to help and regulate us. Who are our celebrities? Who are our stars? They are foreign. Yet we have local stars. We could have local stars. We are inspired by. We are inspired by the global north. At the end of the day, yet I would have such programming at Power Magic. According to you, UCC is right to come out. And I believe, yes, they are the regulators, and they must come through to help. Just imagine if the media wasn't being regulated in Uganda. It means you would be fighting personal wars. That is a fact. Personal wars on these platforms. You kick out UCC out of the regulation. It means you're going to be fighting personal wars. That is it. Yeah, the media should be regulated. Though regulations shouldn't. But my point is of scheduling programming for a TV station. Because maybe you've been so condescending not to respect the guiding principles for the commercial broadcasters in the regulation policy, in the broadcasting, because you become unruly. So that they have to come in.
Will this affect
to shock absorb?
Will this affect the entertainers or the entertainment industry or this programming?
I think there is also
the TV station.
I think there is also cutthroat competition for these evening entertainment shows. So, but you remember that we used to have Straka on WBS those years, and she used to have a big audience. Even young kids used to like Straka.
Late in the night. In the
late night show. And the truth is, she had audience. So, if this show is being detrimental to the shaping of society, why shouldn't it go to that period, to that schedule, where a specific bracket of people the grown-ups will watch that content? If someone likes the show, they'll find it where it is.
So it won't.
That's the fact.
Maybe it won't affect.
I do not think that it will affect anything. It's only that individuals are so selfish that if you started something, you really wish that this. We are always condescendent to the status quo. We always want what we started to be where it is.
All right.
Yeah, we are too comfortable.
Let's conclude, David.
Yes.
According to you, what is the future of the media industry? Where are we heading?
I believe.
Are we safe?
I believe the future of the media industry is great. Yeah, the future of the media industry is great.
It is full. You're saying it's full of fake people.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
How is it?
For me as a student of communication. When I was at WBS in 2011, Honorable Professor Abamuno said that Robert Kabushenga has started Bukede TV and he has put on translated movies, among others, and he was concerned about the future of television. Actually, he made that statement in line with his fear for the future. But then, do you think that we are better than where we were?
So the Kabushenga
evolution,
yeah, evolution affected the industry.
I strongly believe that it has
most TVs they have
because they have become copycats.
They have DJs, they have comedians,
copycats. They have talents who are saying a lot of things, yet they are not informed.
So it is Kabushenga.
No, you can't blame Kabushenga only because he's not
the one who started that trend.
It is true, but then he's not the only player. So who is going to lead the next evolution of the broadcasting industry?
Yeah.
That is the question we must be having.
Who?
Because
who's ready?
Well, it is you and I. You who is into YouTubing, who is a YouTuber, who is involved in doing maybe better content. You are going to come off as someone who provides content that would be bought by the mainstream media.
But they don't buy, they don't have money.
Well, in a long run,
they don't have money.
Why do I say that the future is bright? The future of television is in your hands. It's on your phone. So it means that your content will supersede the mainstream media, and then you will make more money. So it means you'll have one.
If at all they are willing to pay.
Yes, they will start buying your content. Do good content.
They'll say, you know, sometimes I get phone calls. Yeah. Hey, you know what, man, we want to promote you, but we are not going. Oh, like
you don't want to pay.
You don't want to pay and you want to promote. You want to promote your mainstream.
That is the media in Uganda.
That is the problem.
You go there with a concept and then it's stolen. It is taken over.
They take it.
They take the concept and then they duplicate it and it doesn't suit your main ideal concept.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's where we are. So we really need to pay so much attention to media and information.
What is the what causes the copycatting? There are so many copycats on TV programming.
I think it's
you find this program competing with this same programming, same whatever, same stuff. Have you seen this?
Yes, I think
you find these TVs playing the same.
It is being comfortable. It is being comfortable because we do not want to invest. Media owners never want to invest in posh content. That's why Pearl Magic can give you a cool programming of Ugandan content because they pay for this content.
Yeah.
So if the media owner in Uganda cannot pay for content being bought off by Pearl Magic. It means that if Pearl Magic was a local channel, like was a locally owned, it means that such a channel would lead the evolution of the next media industry, of the next paradigm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's only that it cannot be accessed by the other digital platforms. But the local content on that channel gives you the hope, because they have reality TV shows, issues, things that you know, that programming that is, you know, educative.
Okay.
You know, like that is. It is quite cool. What is lacking, I think, it's just politics and these usual talk shows that we see on television.
All right.
That's the only difference.
All right, David, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming through.
I must say that I'm humbled and exceedingly privileged to having been called to discuss about this budget discussion.
I'll always call you
the broadcasting
to
industry.
come and chip in and then explain to the public.
Thank you very much.
But solution for this, we have talked about the fake celeb, fake news,
Training.
fake whatever.
You need to train.
What is the solution for the owners, for the practitioners, for the houses? What should be done?
I strongly believe we should invest in training these media practitioners, because the media is flocked by talents. Yeah, and then these talents are not really provided with information, because we do not live in a prosaic world where the world is perfect, and perfection is utopia. You cannot dream. We fight to be perfect, but then it's a dream that is so hard to reach. So at the end of the day, we need to keep on fighting and letting.
So UCC should come and clean the industry. Is that what you mean?
Not necessarily. UCC is just
you bring your certificate, bring whatever your document.
Actually, what I would wish is that there must be guidelines on who should hold which position in the media industry, because
you will clean the whole industry.
I'm
telling you, you will clean the whole industry.
You'll find someone who is not qualified, but then holding a big position, and they can't help the people they supervise. Yeah. That is the problem.
Find a media owner.
Thank you.
Brings somebody who is this less qualified,
because they are cheap to manage.
Heading somebody with a PhD.
So at the end of the day, PhDs, those are overqualified people now. They can't be
for the industry. But I think the industry should do.
PhDs are whoever studies to a PhD, I believe, must be in the academia.
Do you think these TV stations have consultants?
Yes, actually. Now that's where the PhDs come in. PhDs should be helping to train.
Do they have
these individuals on
media
information?
Media houses, do they have consultants?
Well, a few have consultants, but not all. Because those consultants sit on the boards.
I think UCC should also check on themselves whom to give license and whom. Because these things, they want money. They get money from these TVs. You find a Disca TV station, you find a TV station in a room, and she has a license from UCC. And they don't know what they are doing. And the UCC comes out and then blame the whatever. No way. All these problems, they
come from the from the country, the leadership of the country.
UCC should also check on themselves. Thank you so much, David. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much.
So, been powered by Source of Property Consultant, Tax Connect Group of Company and Dyna Farm for all your mini body system products. They are available. You can contact them. The scroll is down and the numbers are rolling down, so you can contact them and get what you need. So we'll see you next time. We've been with David. He's a media communication consultant. Yeah, he has been in the industry. He knows what he talks about. He has been in the industry over 10 years. He has worked for media houses. He knows all. I'll bring him next time, so to come and analyze these issues, because we are tired of people who come here and then, you know what, Lagadi is not Lagadi is just whatever, he doesn't have anything.
And you're telling him on set, and I'm like, this kid.
Which auntie depends which angle Taina Chari.
No.
Music.
When you invite a star, a celebrity, a legend, you need to accord him respect because he has turned up. That's number one, respect.
Yeah.
He has turned up to come to your show.
Yes.
You cannot tell him that he's nothing. Why did you invite a nothing guy? You know? Okay. Are you okay? Pastor Sempa and I'm like, this kid, guy, he has balls. I'm like,
David, stop.